If you're a skinnier guy who's been trying to build muscle for a while now, but can't seem to add weight, can't seem to finally become aesthetic, I'm about to run you through the 7 deadly skinny guy sins, which will stop you from gaining muscle and stop you from building the physique that you want. And we're jumping right into it here with number 1, no progressive overload. Guys, progressive overload is the number one thing that you need to build muscle in the first place. It basically means you have to be getting stronger or increasing your strength or intensity on your exercises over time, okay? Now, most guys have no idea about this fundamental principle, okay? That's why a lot of the guys you see in the gym, they just go in there every single day and they train the same shit over and over. They swing weights around, they make no meaningful progress. And it's why you can make 1 year of excellent progress, see the same motherfuckers, especially the old heads inside of the gym, and they have made no progress at all. And especially guys who are just starting out, they can kind of get away with this at the start, and it actually feeds into a bad training habit and a bad tendency because they see muscle gain when they first start the gym and they think, oh, well, fuck, this is how we do it. But the reality of it is, that's where most guys get stuck. And I remember my exact position here. I used to just go in and bench press, and a lot of my mates as well. We started off just benching and just doing whatever we could, and we made some gains. We made some strength progress, but it stopped. And that's why if you're anything past the beginner stage, you have to be mindful of progressively overloading. You have to get stronger in any way, shape, or form. This can mean doing one more rep in a workout, doing one more set in a workout, or increasing the weight. And for most of you guys who are just starting out, it's going to be the latter. Okay, unless you're pinning steroids in the ass, you hardly have to get stronger. But if you're natural, if you're doing it the natural way, you must get stronger over time, bro. It's that simple. Next, we are running into sin number 2, which is skipping breakfast. Okay, breakfast, guys, is the easiest way you can get into a surplus before even realizing. Most guys are missing an easy 500 to 1,000 extra calories. Just 500 to 1,000 calories alone can be the reason why you bulk and the reason why you stay the same size and don't build muscle and don't build a good physique. A tip here that I can give you is that if you cannot eat a lot of food, if you have a shitty appetite, then you can eat as fast as possible in the morning or whenever you're going to eat. This applies to every meal. Set a timer for like 5 minutes and literally eat as fast as possible. What this is going to do is it's going to decrease your brain's ability to realize it's full, okay? Because by the time you've already shoveled down 10 kilograms of fucking food, your brain's then going to realize, oh fuck, we're starting to feel full now, but the meal is already done, or you've gotten way further through it than what you would have been able to. Extra tip here that I would recommend for you is to optimize your macronutrient intake depending on what your life looks like. Because guys, macronutrients do have quite a big effect on how we feel throughout the day. If you're eating a lot of carbs, you're probably going to get more brain fog. So if you've got to go to work, or if you're a student, you're trying to be focused and trying to be extra dialed in the morning, your breakfast should contain more proteins and fats to stop that brain fog from occurring. Because when we eat a lot of carbs, our insulin spikes, and this can make us get fucking hella brain fog and hella stupid, okay? But if you're somebody who's active, if you're going to be riding a bike, or if you're going to go straight to the gym as soon as you wake up or early in the morning, your breakfast should have more carbs to not only fuel performance, but just because it works better. Carbs are usually easier to consume as well. So like I said, you can get an easy 500 to 1,000 calories, and if you're missing breakfast, then you are literally leaving gains on the table because you're going to have to stuff it in later in the day. And if you have a shit appetite, you're not going to do it, and that's why you're still small. Sin number 3, and this is a big one, it is falling for marketing scams, okay? There is no pill for hard work and consistency, all right? Do not drop coin on extensive supplements or bulk powders, okay? You've probably done this yourself, and I know a lot of guys who've done this. You get into the gym, you start your lifting journey, you're trying to get big, so what do? You go into the chemist, you go into the supplement shops, and the motherfuckers try and sell you on some absolute bullshit, bulking mass gainer shake, some supplements, fucking testosterone boosting supplements. You have to be a retard. You genuinely have to be a retard if you think that pills, the size of your fucking palm, not even, is gonna make a huge drastic difference in your physique. It's just a fucking scam. 98% of the results that you are going to achieve inside of the gym in terms of your physique and gaining weight and becoming aesthetic and attractive and finally noticed, which by the way, if you want to get this transformation for yourself, you can check the link in the description because I'm going to teach you what actually works, how to do it quicker than I did so you don't make these stupid mistakes. So if you're interested, check the link below. But you have to understand that 98% of the results will come from the main pillars of the journey: diet, training, recovery. Stop taking these bullshit pills. Stop falling for the scams, okay? You really just need creatine, a few other things to optimize some sleep and maybe some focus and stuff like that here and there if you're deficient in stuff. But for most of the cases, you can get enough from just eating whole foods. So don't be stupid. Don't waste money because we've all done it. We've all been there. We have not consuming liquid calories, okay? The easiest way to enter a surplus if you have a shit appetite, which if you're skinny, you probably have, otherwise you'd be a normal weight because you don't have some metabolic illness, you're just coping, you don't eat enough, you eat like a fucking skeleton. People in Africa eating more than you in most cases. If you can't eat solid food, is to drink it, okay? Drink your calories if you can't eat them, okay? Because it's simple physics as to why you're not gaining weight or building muscle. You just don't have enough energy in your body to provide your body with enough stimulus and enough fuel to actually grow, okay? You're basically trying to drive from point A to point B with an empty fucking tank. Well, your shit's gonna break down and you're gonna be fucked, okay? Now, my go-to on how I was able to actually do this and how I was able to actually implement liquid calories easily was to simply include a glass of full cream milk with every single meal. You don't realize how much this is going to add up. This will add like an extra 200 to 300 calories with every single meal. And if you're spacing out your meals 4 or 5 a day, this is over 1,000 calories. And it's literally what Arnold Schwarzenegger, greatest bodybuilder of all time, used to do to bulk up, okay? Because it doesn't have a large effect on your satiety, on your appetite. You're going to eat your food and instead of water, you just fucking chug milk. It's not a big difference. As well, if you are one of these guys who can't eat at breakfast time, then you should be implementing a bulking shake for breakfast. Not one of these bullshit scam powders, not bullshit protein powders. If you're really trying to pack on mass and gain a calorie surplus, then you should be having a shake, and I'd recommend having raw eggs, maple syrup, full cream milk, banana, and dark chocolate. This will fucking bulk you up. And a little secret tip here is whenever I have a shake that has raw eggs and bananas and milk and maple syrup or honey in it, literally doesn't matter when, like 20 minutes later, I'm fucking bricked the hell up. And that's because it's going to surge our testosterone levels high and help us recover and make us feel energetic and alive, okay? So next we have number 5, which is not doing any cardio. Now this is a big one. This is more of a fucking cope than skipping legs, okay? Cardio will only keep you small and will only hurt your gains if you do it wrong. This can be as easily just going for a 20-minute walk straight after your lifting session on the treadmill, or even what I'd recommend is go for a walk around your neighborhood specifically after you eat, because what this is going to do, it's going to help you digest your food better. A postprandial walk, which means after eating, will literally decrease the insulin spike and the blood sugar spike you get, so you won't feel like shit, especially if you're in a phase where you're cramming down a lot of food to be in a surplus when you're not used to eating as much food as you currently need to. Yes, I understand that you don't want to burn any more calories because you're already having a hard time getting them in. You don't want to burn any off. But when you're eating proper foods, when you're eating the right way and doing the correct things, which I'm teaching you on this channel, then you're going to find it easier than ever to gain weight. And chances are you might even go over your surplus, because when I implement the shakes, when I implement the quick eating, I find it hard to keep within a calorie range, okay? And I'm not trying to gain weight anymore, so it's not helpful for me. But it just goes to show that you can easily achieve a surplus if you do the correct things, okay? And the number one wrong thing that you can do, which is going to actually kill your gains, is not walking, it's becoming a fucking cardio bunny, okay? I saw this guy the other day. I was doing my incline treadmill like I'm recommending to you after my workout, just to burn some extra calories and keep my diet in check, keep my body in check and not get too flabby, okay? There was a guy who literally weighed probably 40 kilos. My arms were bigger than his legs, and he went from the Stairmaster to the treadmill. I think I even saw this motherfucker on the bike. He was doing like high intensity cardio, probably for like at least 30 to 40 minutes, when I would tell him to just get the fuck inside of the weight room, bro. You should not be in there. If you are skinny as fuck, you should not be doing high endurance activities. Do not become a runner, because all runners look like shit. You're going to increase your cortisol and you're going to burn so many fucking calories. There is literally no point in doing it. Just do steady state, low intensity cardio. Now, sin number 6 is demonizing dietary fat. I should not have to say this again, but you need dietary fat in your diet for better gains, because you need to have proper hormonal function, okay? You need to stop listening to any enhanced lifter on the internet and stop following bodybuilder diets, because you'll see it all the time. These motherfuckers, I was looking at Instagram stories the other day, and some motherfucker that is in my area, a professional bodybuilder, pinning 10 million grams of fucking testosterone and steroids a day. He had like 20 grams of fat in his whole day, and he was eating like 6,000 calories. And the problem with this is guys like you are going to see this and think, oh, fuck, this is what the guys are doing. I need to fucking bulk up. So I'm just going to eat chicken and rice and broccoli and just do all these bodybuilder classic meals and eat fucking oats and eat rice cakes. No. If you want to gain weight, if you want to get from skinny to aesthetic and actually put on mass like I did, 25 kilos worth, then you are simply going to have to increase your fat intake. These 50 to 70 grams of fat daily, and preferably you need to have it from animal sources. Because guys, I made the mistake of eating a bunch of random fats from a bunch of random bullshit sources like peanut butter bars and pesto and all this shit, which, while added up the calories for me, inadvertently fucked me up, because it was killing my testosterone, because a lot of these negative unhealthy fats are full of omega-6s, which are going to be endocrine disruptors, which is going to lower your testosterone, okay? And if you're already a skinny guy, if you're already malnourished, which you are if you're skinny, then you already have low hormone function. So we don't need it to get any worse. So we need to be focusing on things like red meat, eggs, full cream milk, cheese, things that are fatty and have calories that are easy to consume, but will also improve our testosterone as a result. And if you watch any of my videos, you know I'm big on this testosterone thing, because low testosterone is a crisis epidemic for young men, and it's the reason why I've made my community, again, which you can check in the link in the description, because it's why so many guys are insecure, why so many guys act like bitches, why I was a little bitch myself, couldn't speak to anyone, didn't get any attraction from girls, but I fixed it, and one key reason was by getting my testosterone to an outlier range. And I'll teach you that inside the community if you do want to learn, as well as how to build a physique and do all this good shit. So check the link below. Once again, we are moving on to sin number 7, the holy fucking cope of being skinny and trying to get an aesthetic physique, and that is dirty bulking, okay? But it's easy to hit my calories this way. It's easy to eat McDonald's. It's easy to eat KFC. It's easy to eat fucking 10 donuts. I remember when I first started bulking, I was going any means necessary. Calories were calories. Fucking this, that, everything. I would sit down with my mate and we'd eat like 8 fucking donuts from Donut King each. I remember spewing up in the fucking toilets, vomiting my guts out, trying to eat like a KFC big family feast by myself with my friend. He was eating his own one. We were trying to eat him inside the food court. I had to run to the toilet and vomit up because I was trying to bulk. I was trying to get my calories in. This is fucking retarded, okay? You do not need that big of a surplus. It doesn't have to be huge. If you're beyond like 6 months of lifting and you've made one of the most significant jumps in body weight that you will in your whole lifting career, you don't need a massive surplus, because muscle building has limits. You can only gain a few pounds a year after a certain point. So if you're gaining 20 pounds in the fucking year from eating KFC every day, what is it going to be? It's not going to be lean tissue. It's not going to be muscle. You're going to turn into a fucking water buffalo, just like I did and just like so many guys do. That's why it is the king of skinny guy sins. And another reason why it is so fucking retarded to dirty bulk, okay, is because the foods you consume will dictate how good your physique looks. I don't care what anybody says. If you still fall for the calories in, calories out cope and believe that all calories are the same, then you're stupid. Because if you eat 100% quality whole foods with good ingredients, natural, that came from the fucking earth, versus lab synthetic ingredients, you're going to look different. Even if you eat the same macronutrients, the same calories, you will look different because the processed foods are going to kill your testosterone, which are going to cause inflammation, which are going to make you fucking look retarded, feel retarded, train like shit, sleep poorly, have excess stress, not be social. It's just going to fuck you up. Whereas the guy who is eating clean all year round, he might hate his life a little more because he has to stick to a disciplined diet. However, if you're not a bitch, we are men here, we're trying to become proper, well-rounded men. It shouldn't be that hard. You don't need to dirty bulk. Dirty bulking is cope. And honestly, in my opinion, as I've gone through the years of dirty bulking and fixed it for myself, I've realized that whole foods basically taste better than bullshit anyway, and they're gonna leave you feeling more satisfied, and you're just gonna have a better time. It's something you're gonna stick to. You don't want to be fucking 80, if you even get to 80 from dirty bulking, by the way, but you don't want to be 80 like picking out and shit. Why not take care of your health now? Okay, why not just fucking do it the right way? Not get fucking plaque on your arteries. Just do it properly, do it the clean way, and you will be fine. If you don't do it clean, is you're gonna have to spend a year cutting down all the extra fucking adipose love handles that you built just to store in the gym, and you're gonna realize you didn't even build as much muscle as you thought on this bulk. They are the 7 deadly skinny guy sins, which you are probably committing at least one of. Comment down below which one of these sins that you have committed, or which few of them you have committed or are committing right now, because I'm trying to get you to stop, you to build an aesthetic physique and get real carryover in the real world as quick as possible without having to waste time just like I did. And that's exactly what I teach in my community once again. But with that being said, remember that progress is purpose, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.